So let me get right into the news. Frequently, we talk mostly about what's going on with the prime minister because, it's a somewhat of a pyramidal structure. He's at the head of it, and so what he does, what he's involved in, what interests him, what is going on within the LDP are critically important to predicting and understanding what's happening now and what's going to happen in the very near future. So let's get right to it. So he had a trilateral summit just this last week with President Yoon of South Korea, with Joe Biden, and the three of them got together in Camp David. This is the first time for President Biden to use Camp David with foreign dignitaries. He's been in office for almost 2 years, so this is the first time, pretty big, and it's also the first time for him to meet solidly with these two other country leaders. And what they did, I think, what we've been watching over the last couple of months is really something that should be, admired and applauded. And however you feel about the administration of Joe Biden, this is one of the signature breakthroughs I think he's had, is to be able to bring, under a lot of threats and innuendo and what's going on with North Korea and Taiwan, but to bring together South Korea and Japan in a very meaningful relationship. It really is astounding, and it should be applauded, and it is making great headway. All of the things about, the comfort women and what happened during the colonial period is beginning to fade. President Yoon he doesn't have a real hold on the Korean population. He won by a thin margin. He's trying to establish himself as a strong leader, but there's a large contingent of South Koreans that didn't vote for him and are opposed to his policies of reapproachment with the Japanese. But I think, this is really significant what President Joe Biden has been able to do, and they've reached a couple of accords. They met for only one day, but they were in town probably for the day beforehand, and actually the prime minister is now in Fukushima, so he came back on Friday night. So there's a lot going on his schedule, but they signed what is being called the Camp David Protocol, the Camp David Principles, where they will form an alliance, the three-way alliance. They will have a hotline established. They will meet every year, probably around this time every year, as a three-party summit. They're going to be focusing immediately on cybersecurity, supply chain, and on sharing defense capabilities. Most importantly of these is intelligence on what's going on with North Korea.